ancient city with a population of over 15 million, which bridges Europe and Asia, offering stunning architecture, crossroads of civilization, and although adapted to the modern world, has still remained true to its historical heritage. Explore one of the world's biggest cities, some of the world's most fascinating mosques, basilicas, and ancient bazaars, as well as watching the city come to life at night through its array of beautiful lights. Discover how friendly and welcoming the people of Turkey are, and through animal lovers, a city surrounded by an abundance of cats. In this video, you'll be shown all of the top places to visit and things to experience, as well as gain an understanding as to why it is one of the most visited destinations in the world. Hey guys, welcome to Top 10 To-Do List. My name is Ben. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the little bell right next to it, and you'll be informed of any new video that I upload. And if you've got any questions regarding Istanbul or anything else, go ahead and leave them in the comments section right below the video, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And also make sure you stay tuned until the very end, as I'll be sharing with you some really useful tips and information that I wish that I'd known before visiting Istanbul. See you at the end. Now, the first thing that comes to most people's minds when visiting Istanbul are its monumental mosques, and without a doubt, the Blue Mosque and the Hagia Sophia are two of the most visited. The Hagia Sophia is a magnificent piece of architecture that was built as a cathedral 1,500 years ago and remained the biggest cathedral for 1,000 years up until the Seville Cathedral was built. It was turned into a mosque in the 17th century and then a museum. Only just very recently, it was turned back into a practicing mosque. It is now considered today to be one of the best examples of Byzantine architecture. Opposite the Hagia Sophia lays the Sultanahmet Mosque, better known as the Blue Mosque, which gets its name due to the blue tiles that cover the majority of the building from the inside. And what makes this mosque so unique is that it has 6 towering minarets, as well as 260 windows and 20,000 tiles just in the main area. Quite beats an evening activity in Istanbul like taking a sunset cruise on the Bosphorus River, which separates Europe from Asia. Enjoy an exclusive modern yacht with a tour guide who explains to you the history of Istanbul as you make your way around the river and witness the beautiful views of which this city has to offer, while indulging in complimentary food as well as tasting some Turkish tea. Whether you like shopping or not, visiting the Grand Bazaar is a great experience. Built back in 1461 makes it the oldest market in the world, and today holds roughly 4,000 shops in 60 covered streets and receives over 250,000 visitors every single day, all shopping over a huge variety of products such as jewellery, silk, ceramics, leather, antique goods, clothing, souvenirs, food and drink, and much more. And like most markets, bargaining is the norm here and is strongly encouraged. The market also houses mosques, Turkish baths, inns, a school, restaurants, cafes and water wells, and has been used in many movies, one in particular being the James Bond franchise, using the location for 3 of their movies. A stunning treasure that's been hidden beneath the city of Istanbul for centuries is the Basilica Cistern. This deep forest of pillars was carved from the earth by 7,000 slaves in 532 AD and once held over 80,000 cubic meters of water. After the water disappeared, 2 stone sculptures of Medusa were revealed. It is unknown who put these here or why. Built in the late 15th century and covering an area of approximately 400,000 square meters is the Topkapi Palace. This beautiful palace is not only the oldest in the world, but also the largest. The harem alone holds 400 rooms and was believed to house 300 concubines at its peak, which housed up to 4,000 occupants. Many rare treasures can be seen here, such as the Sultan's opulence on display in the Palace Museum, the largest diamond in the world being 86 carats, and also relics of the Holy Prophet Muhammad himself. Visiting this palace helps you to understand why it was the centre of power for the Ottoman Empire for almost 400 years and has now become listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Something I had to see while here was the Archaeological Museum, which consists of 3 museums all showing over 1 million artifacts from different periods of history. A very unique piece here is the Alexander sarcophagus, which was once believed to be made for Alexander the Great himself. You can spend days at this museum with all the collections and exhibitions they have, and for any history enthusiast, this is an absolute must. And when it comes to Turkish cuisine, Istanbul is a great place to experience as much of it as you can. Indulge yourself in an abundance of sweets such as baklava and the famous Turkish delight. There's also a huge amount of spices to choose from, and when it comes to eating out, I suggest you try the unique way of cooking kebab in a clay pot. I also suggest that you try Turkey's take on coffee and tea, which is available at almost every corner. And don't be shy to ask if you can join some of the locals, as they'll be more than happy to talk with you. So I hope you enjoyed that video. So basically now I'm going to be giving you a bit of useful information and some tips if you're going to be visiting Istanbul. So first of all is when to go. Now I visited in February, and although it was pretty cold, it was actually quite a good time because it wasn't too busy, so a lot of the attractions I didn't have to queue up at all. I think just like that Hagia Sophia, that was the only attraction I had to queue up for, and it was just about 10 minutes. Whereas in regards to if you visit in the peak season, which is summertime, you can actually be queuing for up to 2 hours for quite a few of the attractions. So although I haven't visited myself, apparently the best time to visit Istanbul is from September to November. These are like really comfortable temperatures and the queues are like not so long. Okay, regarding where to stay in Istanbul, I highly recommend staying near the Blue Mosque or the Hagia Sophia. If you have accommodation here, you're basically within 10-minute walking distance from quite a lot of the attractions in Istanbul. Okay, regarding transport, basically there's a really good boating, subway and tram system there. I myself pretty much walked everywhere because I stayed near the Blue Mosque. If you do want to get a taxi, do not get them off of the street because you are going to be ripped off. Sometimes they can charge up to 4 times the price. Just make sure if you do get it off the street that they turn the meter on straight away before you even start moving. And another tip would also be asking your hotel to book you the taxi. That way you're guaranteed the real price. Okay, when it comes to shopping, you definitely need to know that you have to bargain for pretty much everything. If you don't bargain, the first price that they offer you is always going to be marked up, guaranteed. So you'd be a fool to take the first price. It's a city that is completely used to bargaining, so don't worry about doing it. And also, although I don't shop myself for this, gold is apparently meant to be really cheap in Istanbul due to very cheap labour. Regarding the Turkish, they are really, really cool people. They are super friendly and they love to chit chat and give you as much help as they can, and they don't expect you to pay them for it either, which is great to not have to feel you have to give money over for just a bit of information. Yeah, I would have to say that it is one of the best countries that I've been to in the world for hospitality. I really felt very happy with the Turkish. Thanks for that, guys. Okay guys, so when it comes to mosques, the only things that you really need to know is that you have to wear very loose clothing, shoes have to be taken off, and for women you need to wear a headscarf to cover your head. Also, if you don't have any of that, they will actually, most of the attractions will give it to you on the door, so don't worry too much. However, during prayer time, if you're a tourist, you need to wait outside unless you're actually taking part in the prayer yourself. Okay guys, that pretty much wraps it up for some basic tips on Istanbul. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to click the button and click the bell right next to it so you'll be informed of any new video that I post. And also don't forget to visit the website, guys. I've got lots of content there, lots and lots of useful tips and information on each single attraction. And also I'm teaming up with a tour agency in Istanbul now, who are going to be offering me some discounted tours on my website. So all of the links for those will be below the video in the description. Just click on those, yeah, and enjoy yourself. See you next time.